So it is starting. We are seeing things happen in real time that we have never seen before. I'm telling you right now, the 2023 financial crisis is starting, and we are seeing this. We are witnesses to this every single day. Now, I want you to do one thing for me. First off, go ahead, hit that like button, and also share this video with your friends and family on Facebook so they too know what is going on. Because right now, the truth is being buried by mainstream media. Here's what I can tell you. An estimated 186 banks are at the risk of collapsing right now. This is according to a recent report. Now, I'm not saying that these banks will collapse. I'm saying they're getting very close. But there's also another report that says even more banks, hundreds of additional banks could collapse. And we don't know when or if this is going to happen. It's going to get close. Here's the truth. The fact of the matter is that the Federal Reserve raised rates by another 25 basis points just yesterday. This is only going to put more pressure on these banks. Now, a lot of people don't realize how significant this banking collapse is and how different it is from 2008. Some people are saying it's not even close, but I want to show you a chart. In this chart, it's going to show you exactly what we are facing. Now, let's just listen to the facts for a second. In 2008, we saw 25 banks collapse. Let me show you this chart. We saw 25 banks, 24 smaller banks, and then we saw Washington Mutual. Okay? What happened was we saw $524 billion in losses. Okay? $524 billion. This was in 2008. This doesn't account for 2006, 2007, or the hundreds of banks that collapsed following the 2008 financial crisis. But look at this right here. $532 billion in losses in just 3 banks. $110 billion from Signature Bank, $209 billion from Silicon Valley Bank, and $213 billion from First Republic Bank. Do you see why this is an issue? This is a major concern. And a lot of people don't realize how significant it is that just 3 banks, we are already at $532 billion. In 2008, we're at $524 billion. Obviously, inflation, but these numbers are fairly similar. Now, what does this mean? Well, these figures right here, okay, these ones right here, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, $532 billion. This doesn't account for PacWest Bank, doesn't account for Western Alliance. Those are the 2 banks that were in the news today. But here's where things get very scary. According to FDIC, they say that banks are currently sitting on roughly $620 billion in unrealized losses. If we add that up to this number right here, that's over $1 trillion in losses. Okay? But out of the 4, big bank failures so far, investors have only reportedly lost about $57 billion. So we are only 9.2% there. If all these banks, the $620 billion in losses, turn into realized losses, what happens then? We'll be over $1 trillion. Okay? That would be double the crisis that we faced in 2008. What happens then? Well, regarding FDIC, just so that you guys are not too concerned, once FDIC takes over a bank, a failed bank, your deposit should be available or accessible within a couple of days, 2 to 3 days. But that is also part of the problem. And I've told you guys this. What happens if you need the money today? What happens? You need it today, but it's not there. Well, you're screwed. What if this money is used to buy food, pay for baby formula, diapers? What happens then? It's not like we can turn to our credit cards that we've maxed out over the past year because things were just so expensive. This is part of the problem. So now we can't use our credit cards. We can't make a credit card payment. What if we have to make a car payment or a rent payment or something like that, and the money just isn't there for potentially 2 or 3 days? Now, a good landlord would probably be accepting of that and understand. But some are like, well, I need the money. I have to pay my bills. You have to pay me. That's what's going to happen. So, this is why I highly recommend you have your money in multiple different banks. Have your money in larger banks, in small regional banks, a credit union. Even keep some cash on you. Doing this will ensure that you are not taking on all the risk. Because again, if all your money is sitting in just one spot, that's going to hurt if that bank goes under. Now, here's something I want to tell you, and just be very upfront. We're going to see more and more reports on banks collapsing. We're going to see additional talks and discussions. We're going to see Congress probably come out and try to address this. But here's the issue. What's the big issue that Congress is facing right now? And they got less than 1 month to do it. Well, they have to figure out a way to increase the debt ceiling. If they don't increase the debt ceiling, well, we're all screwed again, because our country would default on its debts. That's something that we've never seen in our nation's history. That would be detrimental. We will see an immediate recession. We will see millions of jobs lost, at least. So Congress is not going to come and bail us out. Are we going to see the Federal Reserve change course? Are they going to start to cut rates? No, they can't, because inflation is still too high. Inflation, again, this is not what we've been expecting. Who expected inflation over 5% for pretty much the past year? Nobody. It spiked at 9.1 and now it's slowly trickled down, but that is still a major issue. Inflation is still too high. That's why we're not going to see the Federal Reserve come out and save us. Well, what's the Treasury going to do? Are we going to see regulators change, to make it easier for the banks so that they don't go under? Probably not. Because according to multiple financial experts, the best thing that's going to happen right now is certain banks are going to go under. The banks that shouldn't be banks, that should just kind of go away, they are going to go away. We are going to see that. Hopefully your money isn't in them. This also creates question as to what do we do from here? Well, here's the big thing. And think about this for a second. When you turn on the news and it's all negative, 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 what do you feel like? You feel negative. You don't feel any positive energy, positive vibes. You probably feel depressed, anxious, right? These are issues. Here's the thing. Do you know why mainstream media doesn't just come out and give you negative news after negative news after negative news and more negative news? Because they're trying to sell ads. They're trying to get you to come and watch for as much time as possible. Because guess what? That means they make more money. As they make more money, they can sell more ads. They can charge more for those exact same ads. Right? This is part of the problem. Now, this is why I love coming on here on YouTube, because guess what? I'm not worried about making money. I'm not worried, make a little bit of money on YouTube. No big deal. But here's the thing. I come on here because I want to. I do all the research for these videos, looking about, what's going on with the banking industry, what's going on with Wall Street. You know why? Because I come on here and I do all this research so that I know how should I make trades. What should I do to make money in the stock market? Then I compile all this information, put it into a video format so that you can understand it as well. So for me, this isn't all the money that I'm making. This isn't my main stream of income. And so that's the beautiful thing with this, is I can come on here, I can be as transparent, I can be just upfront. I'm not selling you courses, I'm not selling you different products or services. Okay? Look in the description box. You see any affiliate links? You see any products I'm pushing? Probably not, because I'm not pushing anything. I want you guys to get the truth. That's why I'm here. But again, this is starting. I want you to protect your money, because pretty soon it's going to be very difficult to protect your money. We're going to see banks collapse. We're going to see, chances are, inflation is going to be very sticky. And again, I bring this up because I know a lot of people are not going to make it through this. We are going to see people just drop right back into poverty. And again, it's not where we want to be, but this is the reality of the situation that we're currently in. So here's the last thing I just want to ask. Make sure you click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Come back. Let me explain what is going on within our economy and how it's impacting you and your wallet. All right? So that's all I ask. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.